Hello again. Poland has announced that they are suspending the right to claim asylum in their country and will in future be shoving illegal immigrants back across the border before they have a chance to claim asylum. Hungary has been doing this for years, of course. It is part of a wider trend in Europe, which involves abandoning open borders and keeping track of who is coming and going, while refusing entry to those without proper documents. All very right and proper, of course, and the way that it used to be in Europe. When I was travelling overland from Innsbruck to Munich recently, we had to stop at the border. That was a slight nuisance, but a sign of the times. The Germans are not just allowing anybody to enter their country these days. Of course, Poland's recent decision drives coach and horses through the European Convention on Human Rights by refusing asylum to those who seek it. But they are quite happy about this. They don't mind abandoning the ECHR when need arises. They've had quite enough of illegal immigration to their country, as have the other European nations which have begun taking similar steps this year. So it is possible to control borders if you don't mind riding roughshod over a few conventions. By way of contrast, what do you suppose Britain is planning to do about its illegal immigration problem? Another 471 illegal immigrants arrived across the Channel the day before yesterday, all of them claiming asylum. It will be recalled that before the election, Keir Starmer promised to stop the chaos and restore strong borders, as Poland and Hungary are now doing. In a document published before the election called Strong Foundations, to which I give a link in the description to this video, we read that the small boats crisis, fueled by dangerous criminal smuggler gangs, is undermining our security and costing lives. Very true. If elected, Labour will turn the page and restore order to the asylum system so that it operates swiftly, firmly, and fairly. Labour will set up a new returns and enforcement unit with an additional 1,000 staff to fast track removals to safe countries for people who do not have the right to stay here. We will negotiate additional returns arrangements to speed up returns and increase the number of safe countries that failed asylum seekers and swiftly be sent back to. It sounds very tough, doesn't it? It will perhaps hardly surprise viewers to learn that even as he promised this, Keir Starmer was lying. How do we know this? It is very simple. The government is currently advertising for tenders to run two centres processing illegal immigrants arriving across the Channel in small boats. The initial contract, costing £500 million, will be for 6 years, with the opportunity to extend it for another 4 years. I give a link to a news item about this also in the description to this video. In other words, while Poland and other countries are cracking down on this racket and simply ignoring the European Convention on Human Rights as they do so, Britain is committed to catering for the flow of illegal immigrants claiming asylum here for at least the next 6 years, and very possibly for another decade. The government know they're not going to stop the small boats, and they also know, despite the rhetoric used before the election, there is no question at all of establishing strong borders for this country. In other words, the flow of illegal immigrants will continue across the Channel, and the government knows it and are preparing for this to continue.